Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with the final episode of The Sopranos. Holy moly, we are here. Last time on The Sopranos, we had Blue Comet, which I'm only just realizing that's what the episode was called. I haven't edited the last episode yet, by the way. I should let you guys know that, but because I'm getting ahead. I'm trying to get ahead. It is December the 19th when I'm recording this episode. So I'm recording this on a Friday. It's the first video of the day. It's almost Christmas, and I'm trying to get through this show. But we're still going to watch it and have a good time. We're going to discuss it all the same. Anyway, last time on Blue Comet, we had essentially a full-out war between Phil Leotardo and Tony Soprano. And, Phil is going after them. Bobby's dead. Sil apparently is in a coma after being shot. And Tony, Paulie, and the rest of the boys are bunking down in an old safe house, I guess. So that's pretty much where we left off. Also, there was, a bit with AJ and a bit with Dr. Melfi. Dr. Melfi has dropped Tony because she's tired of him and thinks that, he's been pulling a fast one all this time. I don't know if that's going to come back in this episode, but I guess we'll find out. Now, as I have said from the very beginning of this show, I know how this episode ends. And knowing how this episode ends has been very curious, especially this season, because I've been thinking about it a little bit. And, it is an interesting thing. But the main thing is, I got to see it in context, and then I can really get my thoughts going. And when we're done with this, we're going to have a little discussion on The Sopranos as a whole, the beginning, the middle, the end, especially the ending, I'm sure. And and I'll be curious to see what your thoughts are on the ending as well. But that is pretty much that. So why don't we go ahead and jump right into the final episode of The Sopranos? Here we go. God, it's so snowy. Merry Christmas. This is after Christmas, but Merry Christmas now.
Thought you weren't coming.
You don't want to know.
Oh.
Actually, I do.
Agent Harris.
I want to try to avoid any more of my guys getting hurt. I'm just saying, if you heard anything from your pal.
I haven't.
I figured maybe money sent to the Middle East.
You're overreaching.
Yeah. Worth a shot. Merry Christmas, Agent Harris. Or winter, whatever this is.
Uncle Bobby's funeral is finally set for Thursday. You're gonna be there.
How's that supposed to work? I mean, we're all in DEFCON 4, living in separate houses, and we're gonna stand out in the open at a cemetery?
There was always a large FBI presence.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Gotta attend a funeral in the middle of a war.
Hey, we were discussing Dream Girls. You see it?
You people are fucked. You're living in a dream. You still sit here talking about the fucking Oscars? What rough beast slouches toward Bethlehem to be born?
I mean, nobody cares about the Oscars.
It's like America.
What about it?
I mean, this is still where people come to make it. It's a beautiful idea. And then what do they get? Bling? Come-ons for shit they don't need and can't afford?
You're all over the place. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Eh.
He's saying the Framis intersects with the Ramistan approximately at the Paternoster.
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong guy.
No, the situation ain't all bad. I haven't had a green vegetable in over a week.
Can't even get down to the pork store? Gotta hang around here all day doing nothing?
Aguilero.
Well, at least the Twilight Zone is on. Maybe it's New
He
Year's.
just showed up during the big storm.
Already caught a mouse down the cellar.
Maybe...
What? You talking about reaching out? We can't go back. Are you out of your fucking mind?
No, I know.
Then what'd you say it for?
I didn't, Phil. You did.
Listen, kid. When this is over, we're gonna sit down. Me and you.
I hope so.
I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
I said I hope.
Oof, it is interminably cold.
Ferraris. Want a pastry?
Need to watch my weight. Need to snag another husband.
Well, you don't work, so...
You're the only one who realized that's a joke.
You had to grow up in our family.
That dig you made about me giving guys head under the boardwalk?
You took it so seriously, Bobby.
You guys had a lot of alcohol. Plus, Monopoly is sacred to him.
Anyway, thank you for being here.
Bobby was a great guy. He deserved better than you.
Oh, 5-6 years ago, when Johnny Sack bought this house, this was all cornfields here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a good mother. I put Ma and all her warp shit behind me.
Oh, good.
I hope so.
Not that I get any thanks for it.
Okay.
You could form a new nuclear family. You bring Harpo down here. It's a big place.
And that was a genuine thing, by the way.
Harpo changed his name. He's Hal now.
Well, Harpo is stupid, so... Apologies to Harpos everywhere.
Multiple calls traced back to a payphone in Oyster Bay, Long Island.
What?
Yeah.
Where's the phone at exactly?
Gas station, most likely.
Gas station.
He's lammed out. He may not be able to put his hands on a clean cell phone.
All right, listen, thanks. Really.
All right.
Nice guy. He wants to keep the regime.
You kept telling me this guy's good.
It's amazing it was written so long ago. Like about right now.
A lot of stuff does that. Your car! What are you with? Oh, they're not gonna notice that. Your car's on fire!
Shit. Oh my god.
Go!
Get out of here! Oh! Okay, you're okay. You're a good distance.
Oh Christ, I parked and leave!
Oh no. No, the music too. Oh, the tire. Okay.
Wow. At least my gas tank was practically empty.
Woo!
How many fucking times have I told you?
Oh,
It's
boy.
an SUV. Watch where you park off-road.
Don't park on
Catalytic
leaves.
Converter in the dry vegetation.
If there was children playing in those leaves, you'd have run them over.
I guess.
Oh, you gonna get cute now?
I was just answering her question.
Dad, he wasn't being
You
funny.
mind your own goddamn business. Unless you want some of this too.
Mr. Fatmouth.
What'd you say?
We couldn't end it off without one big blowout at AJ.
It'll force me to take the bus.
What?
We
Okay.
have to break our dependence on foreign oil.
Okay. Woo. Ain't this a meeting? No Phil here, but Carmine the Mediator is here.
We agree. It's gone too far. Phil, I don't know. It's changed. I got my word. We'll back off.
My price is you help us get a location on Phil.
Interesting.
I can't go there. Well, you do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Take it. Alright. Now Phil's the one on the outs.
He was at the safe house. We brought him over.
Get him the fuck out. These are snakes with fur. The old Italians will tell you. You can't even put them around the baby. They suck the breath right out.
Well, you're the only baby here, so we're ahead of the game.
You want to be wearing this fucking pelt on your head? I said get rid of him.
Leave him. He's a good guy.
It's just a cat, Polly. He's so... Only Polly would have a problem with cats. Meanwhile, oh, thank God, there's at least one therapy
When you were
session.
inpatient, you said you might try and get a job.
What happened to the
Can't
last
now,
one?
Because of the car. That huge fireball. And you have no idea the heat. My seat melted. I had been in it just a few seconds before.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure where we're going, but I guess it's something.
Ahmed. They're gonna be here in... Miss Hunter! Long time no see!
How are you, Mrs. Soprano?
Oh, hey!
Oh my god, when was it?
A buddy
It's
from,
right around
like, the
when
first
we
couple
college.
seasons?
You're being kind. I was kicked out for partying and drunk driving.
Well, I didn't want to say, but,
Yeah.
Right. A horse goes to a vet, and the vet looks at his face, and he says to him, "My friend."
A horse goes to the doctor. The doctor says, "Why the long face?"
There you go. You're gonna take that picture of Chris down.
This fucking animal's history today. Pick him up. You pick him up.
It's your problem.
I want you to skip that thing.
Really?
Jesus Christ, I thought you'd be pleased I didn't hand you a diagnosis of the clap.
With due respect, I'd like to just mull it a little. I'm no spring chicken no more. I don't want to have me dying on you, leaving you worse off than before.
Oh, you with the dead thing. You got the arms and upper body of a 20-year-old.
I gotta work at that.
I'm a little biffled, but yeah, sit with it.
Yeah.
Nice, D. This means everything. Your faith to me.
Thanks.
Get in.
Oof, that was a lot of sweat.
Activity. That's good.
It is,
You already
yeah.
see a difference. Yeah. I'll get back at it myself.
Yeah, we all do.
I'm gonna join the army.
What? Okay.
The army's probably good for my career.
You don't have a career.
Right.
Well, they'll make
But
one.
my ultimate goal is to qualify for helicopter pilot training. Afterwards, go to work for Trump or somebody. Be their personal pilot.
Gonna join the fucking army.
Like half a second clip of that. That was funny.
On the other hand, I'm thinking maybe he could benefit from the training, the discipline.
maybe the army'd be great for him if there wasn't a war going on.
There's always a war going on.
Well, I did not have a very happy childhood.
No?
Meh.
There was little love in the house.
He's mentioned your mother very briefly.
Very difficult woman. Undermining. I tried to place her in a retirement community for her own good. She turned on me. Completely.
Is there a point? Or do you just miss Dr. Melfi?
So much suffering in the world. Why did you go off the pediatrician beat?
We talked about that.
Yeah, you said you wanted to be a lawyer for black people.
Oh, that's all I said. Really? What I said was the state can crush the individual.
New Jersey?
The government. Specifically, the federal government.
And what about little babies? In the face of meningitis.
Well, it's not like there aren't going to be pediatricians.
Seeing the way Italians are treated. If I hadn't seen you dragged away all those times by the FBI, then I'd probably be a boring suburban doctor.
This is because of you. God, Meadow's so weird sometimes. Because, like, on the one hand, you know, fight for the little guy, you know, fight for the criminal justice. On the other hand, her dad's in the mafia.
I should get a 60-day supply of the platinum.
Woo! That is the end of Phil Leotardo. So that's the third New York bus we've gone through. Bye! Oh no. No, it's still in drive. Oh! 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 It ain't gonna be an open casket.
See Metro News? Good old beat. Phil Leotardo got popped.
Damn. We're gonna win this thing.
He's so excited. It's like the happiest I've ever seen him.
When my enlistment's up, I could join the CIA or something.
Oh, that'll help.
With a military background, I'd have a leg up. And as an Arabic speaker, I'd be really useful.
I don't understand. You're gonna ask the Donald for some time off from your pilot job to go on CIA mission?
Don't worry. The Donald will appoint him. It'll be all fine once he's president.
Not that long ago, you talked about owning a club.
Right. You got a problem with that, too?
Well...
A lot of your friends are in film school, you say, especially the ones you used to go to the clubs with.
You could go to film school. You could be like Chris.
But long story short, it's about a private detective that got sucked into the internet through his data port, and he's got to solve some murders of some virtual prostitutes.
I want to watch this movie.
I read it.
That sounds
scary.
That sounds
One is I talked to a
stupid.
little Carmine, and he's interested in developing it through his company.
He does porn.
And Cleaver.
Development executive on this project.
Really?
Wow. Let's do that.
Well, what's this got to do with clubs?
Hollywood and gossip columns, the night spots.
And you get some real-world experience under your belt, you come see me, and we will talk about me investing in a club. Run out past Rahuni, see what she says.
Something! Please! Either that or you're going to law school and not flunk out.
80 to 90% chance you'll be indicted. That fucking gun charge. I get sick when I think of it. Plus interstate.
Get a
fraud.
better
And if
catch a
all
bottle,
that's
for goodness
fucking
sake.
homicide.
Aw, Syl. Poor old Syl. Now you're on the other side. Oh.
So?
Gosh, just these two left.
I'm gonna pass.
I don't fucking believe
Really?
this.
Why? Every guy who ran that crew died prematurely.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I beat cancer once. You got no idea what that does to you.
Yeah, I know, but Jesus, you gotta...
Richie April, Ralphie M.I.A., Vito, and who knows what the fuck with Carlo and Gigi.
Gigi died taking a shit.
Doesn't mean it's not part of an overall
Remember that?
pattern.
There's that cat.
Well, that's the cool part. 23 highway. It's not so bad.
Turn the volume down.
Hey.
Hey.
He's happy.
Oh,
You did it.
We're not.
What if the Ducks came back?
We used to play catch.
You never had the makings of a varsity
Remember that
athlete.
You shot me. You don't know who I am, do you?
Eh.
You're my dad. You two ran North Jersey.
We did?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Sounds nice, Jesse. Just a small town girl.
Hey.
Living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere.
You talk to Mink again?
It's Carlo. He's gonna testify.
Fucking Carlo. There's AJ.
Fuck up.
Thanks.
Right. Focus on the good times.
Don't be sarcastic.
Isn't that what you said one time? Try and remember the times that were good?
I did?
Yeah.
Well, it's true, I guess.
Well, now that I said it, suddenly it's correct. Yeah, this guy just needs to take a piss. Well, we are getting the entire use out of Don't Stop Believin', aren't we? That's it. I love they let you hang on this. Oof, ow, it wants me to watch The Wire now. I don't want to watch The Wire. At least not right now. Maybe someday. Oh, that's it. Alrighty, that is The Sopranos done and dusted. How many episodes was that? Like 80 something? Good grief. That's a big hurdle right there going through The Sopranos week by week. That's a pretty big hurdle, and we have accomplished it right now. I mean, how else was that supposed to end, guys? Like, now, if I hadn't known that that would have been, that was the ending, I don't know how I would react to it, but again, I've known how The Sopranos ends since before I started watching, you know? I knew that it ended with that scene. Tony, Carmela, and AJ in the restaurant. He hears the door open. Cut. You know? There's no finality. There's no, you know, ending a story arc. There's nothing, really. It just kind of stops. But the thing is, I mean, it's just like, yeah, of course that was going to happen, you know? Of course that was going to happen. Like, that's... Did people really expect anything else? Now, I know I also saw that even James Gandolfini, like, when he read it, he was just like, what? There's no end of the story? Like, it just kind of stops, you know? There's no closure for Tony's character. But, again, like, this... That feels like it. That feels like it. That's it, you know? That makes the most sense, honestly. That makes the most sense to end The Sopranos, because... I mean, as much as I kind of disagree with it, I disagree with the idea, that's what the show is, you know? The show, it's a show that doesn't necessarily have a plot, you know? It's a story without a plot. I had to read a book in college one time called Banjo, The Story Without a Plot. That was rough. I had to sort of cheese that and write an essay about it, and I did, and I made it out of that class with a C, so... but anyway, but that's... I mean, what have we been talking about these last few seasons, you know? Like, that's the thing, like, as much as I have had problems with this show and how it tells its story, the ending, to me, makes perfect sense with how this show works, you know? Because, like, what else... I don't know, like, we couldn't end this, like... We couldn't end this, like, you know, the end of Breaking Bad, you know? Or even the end of Better Call Saul. Like, both of those were very good, you know... Those were good... Those had good closure to those stories. But the thing is, with Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, those were stories, you know? The Sopranos, it doesn't really have a story, you know? Now, it did at first. And this is kind of what I wanted to talk about with... this is what I wanted to talk about with this show in terms of looking back, because to me, I still think the best this show has been was the first two seasons. The first season with, you know, Tony going against June and even Livia, and then season 2 being Tony going against Richie Aprile. I think those two are so solid. But those have a story. Those have a plot, you know? Whereas after that, it took a more broad approach to it, you know? And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just was never ready for that, you know? That's kind of the thing where a lot of my criticisms stem from with this show, is I was not prepared for that sort of... It's not even really a shift, because the first two seasons, they are still very similar to season 3 through 6, you know? But I was not prepared for that kind of shift. Because season 3, what was season 3 about, really? And I don't know, like, it was kind of about Ralphie. Like, it was kind of about Ralphie. I guess it was kind of about Jackie Jr., you know? But it started telling smaller things, you know? Each season started to tell smaller things. You have a bit of conflict with Ralph. You have conflict with, you know, Jackie Jr. You have conflict with Johnny Sack. You have conflict with Phil Leotardo, you know? Like, it's just all these, like, little things that basically pile into a story. You know, I always kind of joke that this was the slice of life show, you know? That, you know, in anime terms, this would be a slice of life show. Doesn't really have an ongoing plot. I mean, you know, there are slice of life shows that have that, but it's more just the days in the lives of the Sopranos and the people around them, you know? Now, this did have some finality to it, namely people dying, you know? The fact that they killed Christopher a few episodes ago, they killed Bobby, Syl is in a coma, you know? Tony is basically left by himself, you know, in the gang, in the crew, and we even, you know, kind of seem to deal with AJ, even, you know, without killing him, thank goodness. But we kind of dealt with AJ too, and, you know, his troubles. Like, we kind of wrapped up most of his storyline, you know. So it's not like there isn't any finality to this, and especially too because it seems like, well, now Tony shouldn't have these problems with New York, you know? He shouldn't have these problems with New York because, well, Phil's gone. It ain't gonna be no open casket there. Phil's gone. I'm getting a call. Why am I getting a call? I don't need a call. Decline. Who the hell's calling me in the middle of this? Anyway. Nobody needs to be calling me. I'm not... I don't know anyone to be calling me, so anyway, where was I? But yeah, it's like there is some finality here. I guess that's the thing, is that, because yeah, it is true that compared to other season finales, like, there is some finality to this. We have kind of like, if the show had gone on to a 7th season, really, what would there be? You know, would there be I don't even remember his name, but the dude, like Phil's right-hand man, would we have just gone to him, you know? Would we have just gone to him and had conflict with him, or would the indictments have come through, you know? So it's like, I guess there's a couple things, but really not a lot, you know? But at the same time, I mean, the ending just makes sense because, you know, you have this moment where Tony is constantly, like, looking up. Every time that door opens, he looks up to see who's there, you know? Now, technically, that could just be he hears a door, you know, he hears a noise, his eyes are drawn to it, you know? But with the whole, you know, things of the indictments, the fact that, you know, 80 to 90% chance he will be indicted, you know, then yeah, it's that, you know, you can say, well, he's got to be looking over his shoulder forever now, you know? So yeah, it's weirdly like, I get it. I get why some people would be like, well, there's no closure here. But at the same time, I am just kind of like, I can't believe I'm the one who's saying this, but have you guys watched the show? Like, that's, and I don't know, like, let me know down in the comments, what do you think of the ending? And especially because, I mean, this came out 18 years ago. Hoy. But this came out 18 years ago, I guess 19, if this is airing in 2026. This video is going up in 2026, but yeah, but let me know what you guys think. You know, have you changed your mind on the ending? Or, I don't know, I would be very curious, because yeah, it's like, having watched through the entire show now, no, that makes sense. That, honestly, that ending makes sense. So, I don't know, I don't really hear about, like, I hear people being confused about that ending, but I don't really hear it as like, oh, this is one of the worst endings in TV history. Like, Game of Thrones is that. In fact, that's the thing, is the way that I was spoiled on the ending of this show was from watching a Game of Thrones video, you know? Because I watched a video about Season 8 of Game of Thrones, and they talked about the ending of The Sopranos, you know? And how it was a very divisive ending. But that's the thing, is I think a lot of people, it's a divisive ending. I don't think people think it's necessarily bad, per se. Or at least there's not a huge, you know, vocal majority of that. Whereas with Game of Thrones, that was a bad ending. That was just actually bad. But this, you know, like, this ending does not follow the typical story beats of well, a story. It doesn't follow the, beginning, climax, and resolution of, the build up, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. It doesn't do that. But when does this show ever do that? Now, it kind of, just a little bit, because in this season specifically, just right at the end, we had a resolution about Christopher, all the problems Christopher's been having, and a resolution, to an extent, of AJ, But, I mean, good lord, what about Artie, Was Artie ever resolved? No, And so that's the thing, it's like, I understand this, Even if I have my problems with this series, I understand what we're doing. And I will say, probably, I'm not going to watch this again right now. Someday I will watch this show again. And I think I will enjoy it more the second time around, having known where everything goes, Because even knowing that ending scene, I didn't know what was going to happen with Christopher, or AJ, or Bobby, or Sil, or any of this stuff, or Phil Leotardo, or anything, I didn't know where any of this was going to go, really. And because of that, I am kind of sitting here like, well, okay, now that I know where everything is going to go, now I can probably watch through this again and I can enjoy the storytelling a bit more, Because in the moment, I was just kind of frustrated, like, what are we doing? Come on, where's the story? Where's the plot? But now that I've seen how it is all stretched out over 6 seasons, now I can be like, okay, I know where this is going to go, so I can go back and I can appreciate more of the storytelling they were doing, So that's at least good. I feel hopeful about a potential rewatch of this show someday. But it'll probably be a little while. I do need to kind of take a break from this show. Especially because, this show is kind of draining, And it's interesting, too, because, like, with Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, those are draining shows, too. But for some reason, I don't know, I guess I'm not as drained. Even though there's a lot, like, especially in those last seasons of Better Call Saul, where it's just like, oh my god, every possible terrible thing can and will happen and will be caused by Jimmy, Jimmy and Kim. And it's really bad, but for some reason, I give that more of a pass than this show. I don't know, or at least I did at the time. Whereas here, I'm just like, oh boy, this was a lot, so... But that's also why, it's hilarious that HBO Max is just like, hey, now that you're done with The Sopranos, why not watch The Wire? Because I think one of you guys said one time that is sort of the next, HBO, big show like The Sopranos is The Wire. Maybe I'll do that someday. Right now, things are going to be, not necessarily changing, but I am going to... Things are going to have to shift around. Priorities are going to have to shift around here on the channel, and probably... I don't even know if this will be out by the time this goes up, but I'm not really replacing this show with anything. Not necessarily, like, I'm not going to replace The Sopranos with another, gritty crime drama, live-action crime drama. What I'm going to do is... I've got the second season of Free Run coming out in January. Like I said, I'm recording this still just before Christmas. And so what I'm going to do is just do that, and I'm going to give up this slot basically for that. So, I don't know. Things are going to have to be kind of restructured here on the channel in the coming year or two. But, so yeah, I'm not really planning anything big to replace The Sopranos. And I'm kind of okay with that. I'm going to be honest, even though I enjoyed The Sopranos, and overall I do have a positive view of The Sopranos, there is a part of me that's just like, I don't know how... I don't know. I'm not really into these live-action shows anymore, I love Breaking Bad, love Better Call Saul, really enjoyed The Sopranos, but I think I am just kind of sitting here like, that's good, Now, there is Pluribus. Pluribus has been airing, the newest show from Vince Gilligan. I do want to watch that, but I don't think I'm going to do that as a weekly thing. I might do that as a bulk reaction. which if you don't know what that is what I did with what we did with one of the Torchwood videos, or one of the Torchwood seasons, where I just put all reactions to the season in one video. And it was so much easier on me. Like, it basically loosened up, it basically loosened me up to, like, edit that when I could and record it when we could and stuff. So it wasn't as strict to get videos out, basically. And so I have thought of that, at least because it's Vince Gilligan, you know? I want to watch the new Vince Gilligan show. Everyone says it's really good, so. But yeah, I'm probably not going to be replacing The Sopranos with another live action show, you know, going week to week. So, and yeah, like I said, you know, in the coming 2 years, there will be changes, I think, to the channel. And that's okay. That's okay. But it's a little scary. I'm going to be honest. It is a little scary to think about. But we are going to figure it out together, and we're going to have a good time. Hopefully. I mean, and if not, then if it doesn't work out, then sad to say, I'm just going to pack it in and we're going to be done. But hopefully not. I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. But I am running out of storage space on Google Drive, so that might be an indicator. But I don't know. But yeah. As for the episode itself, I mean, is there anything to really talk about? I mean, it was interesting with Agent Harris, you know, trying to help and stuff. If I were to guess, that is basically from the indictment. You know, he wants, if there's going to be progress in the indictment, then that basically needs to happen, you know. And so they flipped Carlo, and then they flipped Carlo, and now they have Tony just openly, you know, going after Phil Leotardo, so they can get him on that, I guess. Which is interesting, you know. It's interesting because it kind of makes you forget, you know, that, you know, he's a federal agent, you know. He's part of the FBI, so. Oh boy. He's part of the FBI, and he's not Tony's friend, so. But it's something. AJ wanted to join the army. I don't know, man. I don't know. By the way, can I also say, so I got like anti-spoiled by memes. I thought I saw a thing where AJ like came out and he's like he like came out as gay, but that didn't happen, and I was kind of like doubting it anyway going into this episode. I was like, when the hell are they going to do that? You know, they don't really have the time to do that. Plus, that would end up being a huge problem for Tony, and so now I'm just sitting here like, is that just a meme? Did I get anti-spoiled by a meme? Good grief. Oh well. But yeah, but AJ, luckily, I mean, hey. I mean, that is kind of the thing, is you just get out there and you gotta get back on the horse. And it's interesting because it's like, well, this doesn't really solve his whole stuff about, you know, it doesn't solve his whole stuff about, you know, while this country is in crisis and, you know, you need to join the army and help the little people and stuff. I don't know how joining Little Carmine's porn company helps that, but I don't know. It's interesting, but I mean, if anything, I guess it's something. It is, well, it's support. It's finally support from his parents, and it's the thing that he wanted to do in the first place, you know? So it's something. And hey, if you're gonna work for any of, you know, Tony's buddies, Lil Carmine's a great guy, you know? Lil Carmine is a great guy, so. And then other than that, Phil. Oh, I meant to mention it, but technically we got one last funeral in there. I'm proud of them. It had to be at the actual gravesite, and we only saw it like through the FBI's cameras, but they did sneak in one final funeral. I can't believe the number of funerals that are in this show. It is like ridiculous. It's like a Spider-Man movie, for goodness sake. There's so many of them. Oh boy. But yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. As for the other stuff, I mean, there's specifics about the episode, but I don't know. They kind of don't matter anymore, you know? It's interesting. I'll be very curious to hear what you guys think. And honestly, I do kind of want to watch some videos about what people think of the ending of this show. Because, yeah, honestly, for me, it feels just right. Like, that is what this show would do, you know? But I have also been kind of beaten down by the fact that there is no story to this show, you know? There's no story, it just is. These are the days in the lives of Tony Soprano and his friends, you know? That's really what this show is. And you know, definitely a majority of this show. And knowing that through, you know, going through the whole thing, I get it. I like it. I don't put this above Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I think those two are just fucking masterclasses of television. This, I mean, it's close, it's good. It's really, really good. And I can see why this ushered in, the golden age of television, I suppose. And how this, can inspire something like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I totally get it. This is like the grandfather of primetime television right here. And I definitely get that. It's just not my favorite, And I think that's okay. But I get it. And I think if I rewatch this again, someday, I think I will enjoy this much more. So, but that is it. What did you guys think of The Sopranos as a whole? And what did you think of the ending? I'll be very curious to see. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Sopranos reactions, so you can go watch them all again, and if you really want to, as well as another video. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.